All right, my friends, how's everyone doing? All good? The one from behind, are you doing okay? Give me a loud shout, okay? Can you turn to the person on your left and right and say, I am happy you are sitting next to me. Can you do that? Turn to the person on your left and right, give them a high five if you need to. Let's raise the energy. All right, fantastic. Thank you so much to the World HRD Congress for having me back here again. It's been a pleasure. So let's go straight into it. You know, last year I was here. How many of you were here last year? Okay, many of you, some of you are here. I shared about my story on this roller coaster ride. So I was in Florida and I came upon this wonderful snow-capped mountain. I thought it was a mountain, but unknown to me, it was actually the Expedition Everest. So my friends, can I know how many of you love roller coasters? Wow, quite a few. Wow. How many of you will never go into a roller coaster ride? Thank you. Thank you for being with me. I am like you, right? But then, as I was walking around the park, many people came to me and said, hey, John, have you tried the Expedition Everest? And after a few hours, I felt the pressure. And I said, let me go try it, although there was something that I really dreaded. Okay? So I got into it, fasten the seatbelt. Ladies and gentlemen, can you fasten your seatbelt? And once you're fastened, you're locked in. This is it, the moment of truth. So it went on and on and on, okay, until it came to this part. Initially, I thought it was okay. But then when it came to this part, it was like OMG moment. There was no escaping me. So that was when actually the real ride started, right? So I was flung back. I was pushed to the back. It was the longest day of my life. It was total darkness. I wasn't sure what was happening. Can you imagine being in that position? Right? And I didn't even have a chance to call my family. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go through that. Okay? So during that time, I was having these emotions in me. I was feeling really anxiety, I was fear, and there was a lot of disruption, change, challenging. There was a lot of doubt happening. But as I got through it, I thought about the things that we go through in life too, right? And in the world that we are living in, isn't it very VUCA? It's very uncertain, a lot of volatility, ambiguity, a lot of things that are very complex. So for the time that I have, let me share with you what it means to lead with AI. Now, you've heard a lot about AI over the last 2 days. So I'd like to do and share with you on the research that I've been doing for the last 6 months. Right? You're welcome to take a little bit of the research. So I've actually sent out to a lot of my LinkedIn connection. So if you would like to be part of the research for phase 2, let me know. And this is some of the results, right? So you'll be getting first preview of what you will see here. So there were about 250 people from across the world that participated in this research. And I'm going to share with you some of the questions that was asked. So one of them was, how well do you think your organization leadership integrates AI into strategic decision making? So only about half the board, middle of the lane. Right? Some are a little bit better, some are not well at all, 11% out of 10. Another question that was asked, what challenges does your organization face integrating AI into the leadership? Are you surprised with the result? How many of you would vote lack of understanding? Right? So still a little bit of uncertainty, right? So a little bit, yeah, does it work? Does it not work? How is it going to impact? So, one of the things that I want to share with you, the first thing is about how can you as leaders, HR leaders, students, whatever it may be in your role right now, how can you lead with courage? Now, based on the research that was done, and before I even share that, how important do you believe leaders need to lead with courage? And overwhelmingly, everyone says it is so important. Close to about 75% says that. So, based on the research by Professor Nancy Cohen from the Harvard Business School, she identified these 5 elements of a leader. So, I'd like you to take note of these 5 elements, right? Ask yourself right now, Do you have these qualities? Authenticity, resilience, emotional intelligence, self-discipline, commitment to purpose. The panel just now gave some fantastic insight on what is needed. So I would like to share with you what it takes to also go deeper into resilience, right? Because resilience is such an important thing, and the result shows that 48 to about 10%, close to 58% says that resilience is really, really important. How many of you know this particular person? Stephen Curry. Any basketball fans here? Anyone who watches basketball? Yes, no? So Stephen Curry is an NBA basketball player. Now, NBA basketball players, are they usually pretty tall? Pretty tall, right? Now, Steph Curry is about 6'5", so not the tallest of them all. And during his early NBA career, he has to face a lot of obstacles because of his height, because of his size. But I will encourage you to watch this documentary called Underrated. Because sometimes as leaders, we may feel underrated, and we feel that we are not good enough to lead this transformation. Do we have the courage? So, Stephen Curry, despite his height, he has won 4 NBA championships in the last 8 years. Does that deserve an applause? 4 championships, not easy, not easy. And he is the number 1 3-pointers that he has made as of this month. The highest number, the sharpest shooter from long range. So he found a way to overcome. When there was an obstacle, he found a new way to develop a skill to make himself successful. And even so, most recently, like yesterday, right? He led the US team in the Olympics to the gold medal because of his superpower in three-pointer. And he also won the NBA All-Star MVP, most valuable player. So, resilience is what? So, resilience is not about bouncing back, but resilience is about rising higher each time you do. So, how many of you would like to be more resilient in your approach to AI? So, my question to you is, where would you like to grow in each of the 5 areas, right? In 30, 60, 90 days' time. What will it be for you? To help you to be more courageous, all right? So with that, let's look at compassion. Why is compassion so important? You know, we have this conference that is called AI, right? Leading with IQ, EQ, and SQ. So all these elements are so important. So the question was, to what extent do you agree compassion is critical? Close to 80+% says it is so critical, compassion. And you would have heard a lot about mental wellness over the last couple of days. Agree? So what do you think is the level of compassion in your organization? Can it be better? And the opening keynote, right, was amazing. How compassion, mental wellness is so important in doing that. So based on this research by this book, right, Remus Hojgaard, Compassionate Leadership. Now, if you love reading, I would highly recommend this resource book for you because it says that leaders must focus equally on care and execution. It's not just executing the things that you need to do, but what is your balance between care and execution? What is your empathy in action? All right, what is your empathy in action? Because if you break down the distinction, sympathy is really about your thoughts. Empathy, your thoughts and feelings. But compassion is your thoughts, feelings, and action, which is what emotional intelligence is about. Your TFA. What do you think about, feel, and act? How do you manage that, right? So how compassionate can you be? So, in doing that, let me share with you this acronym called Serve It Forward. Now, serve it forward. What is serve it forward? Imagine this, right? I would like you to join me for a quick activity. Now, how many of you think you're a great person who smiles very well? Anyone here who smiles pretty well? I only see 4 hands. Maybe this is Mumbai. You can also blink your eyes twice with me. I can see you. Huh? All right. Okay, so thank you for your hands. Thank you for your hands. You think you smile. We're going to do a proof, right? I want you to turn to your partner and give them the best smile that you have ever given. Turn to your partner right now and give them the best smile. Turn to them and give them the best smile. Yeah, go ahead. Turn. Let me see. Okay? Are you not turning? People in Mumbai, are you shy? I'm surprised. Okay, I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. Turn to your partner and give them the best smile. All right. What do you get in return? Did you get a smile coming back? Okay, how many of you smile at that person, no reaction? Oh, that was yesterday? All right. So let me share with you this metaphor of what it takes to serve it forward. Now, when you smile at someone, you would expect the smile to come back, right? When it comes back to you, it is called a bonus. It is called a bonus, right? So you smile at someone, they gave you a smile back, it is called a bonus. Now, if you smile at someone for whatever reason, they don't smile back at you, it is called your gift to someone. Your gift to someone. How does it feel when you give a gift to someone? It's okay, right? It's my gift. If it comes back, it's a bonus. If not, it is my gift. And this morning, the message that you spoke about really resonated with me. Because you're giving your time. You're listening to people. Children who are not understood. And that's called compassion. How can you serve things forward? Imagine if you can serve it forward with 10 people every day. How would the world be different then? If it comes back, it's a bonus. Otherwise, it is your gift to someone. Are we good? All right. Can you turn and serve it forward with a smile to the person next to you again? 1, 2, 3. Smile at everyone. All right. Keep it up. Right? So serve it forward. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you is also on this research called adaptability. Right? So you've heard of IQ, EQ, SQ. Now there is AQ. That is what? AQ. One more time. What? AQ. Adaptability quotient. Right? It is really about measuring your abilities, your characteristics, and your environment. So in this work that I've been doing with my partner, the AQI group, we help organizations help define the 15 competency on how you can be stronger in your ability, in your character, in your environment that you work in. Especially it's your transitioning into leveraging more on AI. So take a look at these areas, right? Find out what are the areas do you need to be. And based on the work, I found something very interesting. You'll notice under ability there is this thing called unlearn. How many of you think it is easy to unlearn? Not easy. Right? Not easy. Right? Because you say, hey, I've been doing this all my life. Why do I need to change? Unlearn, right? So it is very interesting to see that happening. All right? So for the future of empowered leadership, I would like you to think of these 5 elements. Leading with courage, leading with compassion, leading with AI. What does that mean? So I'm going to give you a formula for those who love formula. So courage plus compassion multiplied by AI equals empowered leadership. All right? So how can your organization enhance the effectiveness in the AI era? So people are looking for more information, literacy, continuous learning, collaboration, communication. We heard about that during the panel time too, right? So take a picture of this. How can you continue to improve on this area? So, when you think of AI the next time, I'd like you to think of it as adaptability and influence. Right? When you have courage, when you have compassion, together with adaptability and influence, that will make you really powerful and magical. So there we are, right? So there we are. There are some thoughts for you to be more mindful. How can you be more resilient, practice empathy, have more education? Because that is going to help you to be more successful. Do you think these are things that you can do with each other in your organization? How many of you think so? If you think so, can you just raise up your hand and say, I am committed to do this? Can I see a show of hand? How many of you are committed to do this? All right. Thank you so much for your commitment, right? So again, let us do what we can as a team, as a group. So remember this. Remember this picture. Remember my OMG moment? I didn't tell you the ending, right? Would you like to know the ending? I guess I survived, right? I'm here. So again, I was flung back and I was tossing it down. It was the longest day of my life. And for those that have been to a roller coaster ride, once you're about to leave, they will take a picture of you, right? It's like flashes. So I survived that, right? I survived that. So this was a picture of me with my friend before we went on to the trip. And that was the picture. And the person in front was having so much fun. It's like, ah, whoo! I was holding so tight. And that was the expression. Hey, but guess what? After I went through the first round, it wasn't so bad. I queued up and I went for the second round. I went for the third round. I went for the fourth round. And embracing AI is the same. Do you agree? It can be daunting, it can be frightening, like the roller coaster ride. But if you give yourself permission to leverage with courage, with compassion, adaptability, and influence, it will be a magical year for you in 2025, right? So I would like to wish you all success as you begin to go through this expedition. Begin to fill yourself with new emotions. Begin to embrace this element of these 5 things. Okay? Now, as a gift for you, you can take out your mobile phone right now. I've created 30 strategies to help you lead with more success. So if you'd like to have a copy of this ebook, I'll be happy to send it to you. So take a QR code, 10 strategies each on how you can live with courage, adaptability, and also compassion, right? And adding value to all of you. So with that, I would like to say thank you. Now, everyone has a chance to see the QR code. Just reach out to me. I'll still be around for a while later on. But if you're not connected on LinkedIn, it has been my greatest pleasure coming back here to share. And I think I did within 15 minutes as what the MC have asked me to. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the session. Wishing you success always.